The morning after the banquet, I didn't waste a single hour. While the rest of the capital's nobility was sleeping off their wine, my carriage was already packed. I left with 2 trunks of clothes, my personal accounting ledgers, and a small chest of gold, my entire liquidated share of the Ashe family assets. My father didn't come down to say goodbye. My older brother was probably too relieved to care. The journey to the northern edge of the Solano Empire took a brutal 12 days. As the paved stone roads of the capital turned into muddy, snow-slush tracks, the air grew incredibly sharp. The sprawling green forests gave way to jagged, dark mountain peaks capped with permanent ice. When the carriage finally pulled up to the estate, the driver looked at me like I was a madman. The estate was a crumbling stone manor sitting at the base of a frozen valley. The roof looked ready to collapse under the next heavy snowfall. The iron gates were rusted shut, and the local village nearby looked entirely deserted. It was exactly the kind of uninviting wasteland the book had described. "We're here, my lord," the driver said, his breath fogging in the freezing air. "Do you want me to keep the horses hitched in case you change your mind?" "Unload the trunks," I said, stepping out into the snow. "This is exactly what I paid for." An old butler named Rowan met me at the heavy wooden doors. He looked completely shocked to see the high-end mighty second son of the Duke standing on his doorstep, without an army of servants or a golden carriage. "Lord Kaelen," Rowan stuttered, bowing so low his old joints popped. We received the Duke's letter, but we honestly did not believe you would come to a place like this. The manor is cold, the fires aren't lit." "Then light them, Rowan," I interrupted gently, handing him a gold coin. "And gather the rest of the staff in the main hall. We have a lot of work to do." Within an hour, I was sitting in a drafty library with a roaring fire, looking at 4 shivering servants. They looked terrified, probably because they had heard rumors about my old, violent temper back in the capital. "I'm going to make this very simple for all of you," I said, setting my ledger on the table. "I didn't come here to cause trouble, and I didn't come here to hide. I came here to build a business. Work hard, keep your mouth shut to outsiders, and I will triple your current wages. If you steal from me or slack off, you're fired. Questions?" The servants looked at each other, their eyes wide. A triple wage in a dead northern town was a fortune. "No, my lord," Rowan said, his voice steadying. "Good. First task. I need 2 local hunters who know these mountains inside out. Tell them I'm paying top coin for them to guide me into the deep valleys tomorrow morning." The next dawn, wrapped in a heavy fur coat, I followed 2 rugged locals up the treacherous mountain paths. The wind screamed through the pine trees, cutting right to the bone. The hunters thought I was a spoiled city boy looking for a rare pelt, but I wasn't looking for animals. I was looking at the ground. After 3 hours of hiking into a sheltered, sunlit ravine where the mountain snow melted into natural thermal springs, I found exactly what I was looking for. Sprouting from the frozen, wet soil near the warm water were small, pale blue flowers with crystalline petals, winter frost orchids. In the original novel, these flowers were treated as a useless, poisonous weed because if livestock ate them, they became sick. The locals avoided them like the plague. I knelt down in the snow, carefully pulling a flower up by its roots. I crushed one of the thick petals between my fingers. Instantly, a clear, incredibly rich and naturally scented oil coated my skin. It didn't freeze. Instead, it formed a protective, intensely hydrating barrier that immediately locked out the biting cold. A sharp, satisfying feeling rushed through me. "Is something wrong with the weed, sir?" one of the hunters asked, shifting his spear nervously. "No," I whispered, wiping the oil onto my palm. "Everything is perfectly right. The characters in the capital could keep their swords, their schemes, and their bloody fight for the imperial throne. With this valley, I had just found the foundation of my entire financial empire. Early retirement was looking better by the day.